These are my top 20 songs for 2023 in no particular order. No particular order. Here we go. Disclaimer, it was very hard to pick just 20, and I wanted to get a good mix of artists. So there are certain artists that I obviously loved more than just one song, but I didn't want my whole list to be just Stray Kids and EXO songs. These 20 songs are the ones I thought were the best of the best in 2023. Let's see if you agree with me on these. Supershy by New Jeans. Everyone was singing it. We all know the choreography. New Jeans had a banger of a year. It was hard not to pick them for my female group of the year. Again, it was kind of the overall body of work. New Jeans maybe didn't release as much in the second half. Very excited to see what they do in 2024. Expectations are high. They were the queens this year. They killed it. Supershy is my favorite. Let's stick with the girl groups. My next song, Giddy by Kepler. I struggled in picking Giddy or Galileo because I love both those songs so much. But that chorus of Giddy is so catchy. And I listened to that song so much this year. I love Kepler. Kepler is slept on. They're really, really good. They're my favorite kind of younger girl group. I think they're super talented. They put out good pop songs. They're fun to watch perform. And maybe they won me over because they did Mr. by Girls' Generation at KCON. I love Girls' Generation. Those are my queens. If I could ever be in a K-pop group, I would want to be in Girls' Generation because they have amazing music. They have a really full catalog of different styles. And let's be real, they're gorgeous. I love those women. So Kepler did a cover of Mr. and they were amazing. And I thought, oh yeah, this is a group that does Giddy. I'm so in. And they've followed up with Galileo, and they had a wonderful year. So Kepler get Giddy. My next song, Bouncy from Ateez. This was the comeback that I was waiting for from Ateez. This came out and it just took the K-pop world by storm. Talk about choreography. We all know that move. We all know the dance from Bouncy. And it just kind of encompassed who they are and what they do best. I think that this was really a great direction. Love the song. Killed it. My next best K-pop song of 2023, Let Me In, EXO. You know I have to put EXO on here. I was so excited for this comeback. And they actually gave us like 3 great singles. Cream Soda was the title track, but Hear Me Out was fantastic. And then we got Let Me In. We got a ballad that reminded everyone in K-pop who the vocal kings were, who the best vocal line ever is. And they just crushed it. Also, a very interesting music video. Loved this release. My next pick, Deep Down from T by T. This is a deep cut off their last comeback. That album was kind of a mixed bag for me, but Deep Down, I just love this song. I listen to it all the time. I think it's such a strong song. There were some really good songs on that comeback, but Deep Down is, I love it. I want more of this. They could go in that direction and kill it. My next song, Perfume, Dojaejung, a subunit of NCT 127, Jaehyun, Doyoung, and Jungwoo. Ooh, like I mentioned, they were my subunit of the year. I don't think anyone expected it to be as good as it was. I knew a little bit because I know what those 3 members are capable of, but oh my God, did they knock it out of the park with this release? It was so sexy, so cool. Loved the music video, but we've got to talk about that choreography. And when Jaehyun comes in, yeah, that's me. That whole part, legend, legend. Favorite thing. That's like on my top list of my favorite things this year. I loved every single time he got on TikTok and everything else to do dance challenges. I loved it so much. Like Perfume, Dojaejung, amazing song. That whole album was amazing. I'm forever a fan. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of NCT and they just knocked it out of the park. My next top song of 2023, Better Things by aespa. Oh my God. This song could have been my song of the year. I love this song. I really, really love this song. It is everything that the aespa girls have brought into this world. It is sassy. It is like, I'm better than you. Get away from me. I've got better things to do with my time. There's some fun in there. There's some spunk and there's good vocals. I love this song. It's one of my most listened to songs of 2023. Amazing. Next song. Speaking of the NCT guys, I'm in like an SM thing here. NCT 127 gave us something different with this one. Angel Eyes. This whole release, I thought the Fact Check album was fantastic. Angel Eyes was so different. It was this like 80s nostalgic, um, 80s nostalgic song that the group Starship could have done way back in like 1985. It was so out of left field, but it was also beautiful and perfect. And I'll never forget that music video where they're on the roof. For all of us that love this group, we know things are coming to an end with them as well. BTS, Monsta X, NCT 127, Enlistment's going to start. And there was a feeling of real nostalgia with this song and with their performance and the way that they look at each other. It's a happy song, but there's some nostalgia here. There's some like movie soundtrack feel here. And I loved it. And I love that at this point in their career, the 127 guys keep giving us stuff that's unexpected. They keep pushing the boundaries and challenging themselves. So their team, their producers, their songwriters, kudos to you. Great song. My next song, it's from my artist of the year, La 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 from Stray Kids, one of the best songs of 2023. This release is perfect. It encompasses everything that Stray Kids are and what they bring to the table. It's aggressive, it's in your face, it's weird, it's different, and it's exciting. This song kills it. They knocked it out of the park. I was so excited with this comeback. One of my favorite songs of the year. My next song comes to us from one of SHINee's amazing vocalists. I'm talking about Good and Great from Key. This is one of those uplifting, put it on in the morning, or when you just need like a little spunk, a little pep in your step. It's such a happy song. It's such a vibe. I love what Key brings to the table. He's such a unique artist in the realm of K-pop. And this release was fantastic. I'm usually a fan of everything he does, but this one really just brought a level of joy and happiness that I think was really needed in K-pop this year. The music video is great too. So check that out if you haven't watched it. My next favorite song from 2023, In Bloom, ZerobaseOne. ZerobaseOne killed it this year. They came on the scene after being put together on a reality show and came out with such a banger, such a hit. I love this song. I talk about good, happy, positivity, feeling good. I love In Bloom. It's really, really just a classic K-pop song that was executed really well and great choreography. Very memorable choreography. That seems, now that I'm talking about all these songs, that seems to be a theme with me. The ones where I really remember the choreography like stick with me like glue. And I'll never forget seeing them do it at KCON and going, whoa, whoa. I'm not gonna, I mean, that's not what they looked like, obviously. But it was a really, really fun release. And I'm a massive fan of theirs. ZB1 is amazing. They've had two great releases this year. Their B-sides are strong. Melting Point is one of my favorite songs. So that's definitely on there. In Bloom was phenomenal, but we've got to talk about my rookie of the years that edged out ZB1, RIIZE. RIIZE had a lot of single releases that were really strong and powerful and that people loved. I think the one that I'm picking here may not be the most popular, but to me, it is my favorite, Memories from RIIZE. It's so different. You know, there's a lot of talk about what they need to do with their sound to differentiate themselves from NCT and from that sound. And I think songs like Get a Guitar and Memories do a wonderful job at that. And I just liked this. I just thought it was very fresh and young sounding and fun. My next song, this is one you may not have heard of. I will probably talk about it next week on things I missed or kind of under the radar groups I want you all to check out. It's Love Effect from ONF. Again, talk about a happy, uplifting song. Wonderful chorus, really memorable chorus. And there's some jazzy piano and jazzy stuff in here that's interesting. It made me go, oh, wait a minute. Okay, these guys came to play. I love this song. One of my favorites. Moving on. It can't be a best of 2023 K-pop release without talking about some of these BTS boys. On the Street, J-Hope featuring J. Cole. I'm a massive hip hop fan. Most of you guys know this. And this release with J. Cole, it just felt like J-Hope got to the level he wanted, getting to collab with one of his heroes and getting that respect and that mutual respect between them. I loved the music. I also really, really, really liked their verses. And I thought J. Cole's verse in particular was inspiring and just so well done. This was a perfect send off for J Hope. This is right before he enlisted. A little bit different from what we got last year with his solo debut, but still so, so good. He's a phenomenal solo artist. I hope we get more solo stuff when he returns from the military. My next song on my favorite songs of 2023, we're sticking with BTS. It's Standing Next to You, Jungkook. Oh, this song was everything. If you listen to the show, watch the show, you heard my review of the album. I was blown away by this. I think this song is perfect for him. It's who he should be as a solo artist. Great, great vocals. There's some challenges here in the melody. The structure around the chorus is different. It's exciting. And he just floated through it like it was nothing. It was just a walk in the park for Jungkook to hit those notes and to deliver that. That's very, very difficult. And we've seen him do it now multiple times live. This isn't like studio tricks. The dude can sing. And it's just cool. It's just cool. This is like old school Michael Jackson. This is cool. I love the song. The remix he did with Usher, fantastic. I was saying last week, I was shocked they didn't do a music video because how dope would that be? We're getting a music video this week. It drops the day this podcast drops on Friday. Looking forward to that. The song is a classic. Congratulations to Jungkook for everything he accomplished this year. Okay, my next song, I forgot how to pronounce it. I'm awful at pronunciation anyways. This should not be a shock to anyone. But it comes from Billlie. I love Billlie. And the song was called Eunoia, Eunoia. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I swear it's an amazing song. Billlie is one of my favorite artists. They were my under the radar artists last year. I love them. I'm rooting hard for them. And I thought this release was so, so good. This was earlier in 2023. It's a song worth checking out if you haven't. My next favorite song this year, it's Shalalala from Taeyong. I loved Taeyong's solo debut. I thought it was very specifically him. They captured the essence of him. And this song was so cool. That like vocal fry, that lay low, lay low, lay low, baby keep it low key at the beginning. It's so cool. I really, really, really liked this release. And more importantly, it wasn't just this song. That whole EP was good. I'm listening to that Ruby song like every day. Loved it. Taeyong is such a talent. His debut was fantastic. My next song, it was my song of the year. It's Super from 17. This song had everything that a good K-pop song should have. It had rap, vocals, a crazy intense beat, a build, and teamwork. They executed it perfectly. With 13 members, it can be hard for everyone to get a line and for everyone to get a part and for everyone to be involved. They killed it. Super was just such a powerful song. And for me, it stood out because 17, they're kind of one of these groups that can do everything. But I usually kind of put them in like the theater kid category. I don't think of them as super in your face, powerful driving rap music, and they did it with the song Super. They showed me like no, we can do this too, and we can actually do it better than most of these other groups. They killed it. My next song, no surprise, I wasn't going to leave this one off the list. It's Taemin. It's Guilty. Sorry, for those of you that are just listening and not watching, I just did the weirdest thing, grabbing my neck. You all know, if you know the choreography, what I was doing. It's been a long week. Taemin came back. He reminded everyone why he's the king. This song is so guilty. It's sexy, but still like subtle. You know, he does that thing where it's the constant tension bubbling under the surface instead of the totally in your face. And granted, the choreography was a little more sexy than we're used to in K-pop, but still, Taemin can go way farther. The song was really cool. And to think it like sat on the shelf for years. Taemin's had this song since before he enlisted. So I love that they came out and they're like, you know what? What about that other song that we left off last time? Let's make that the single. Knocked it out of the park. It's quintessential Taemin, and I thought it was really, really well done. And my last song, I've got to include the Queen's Red Velvet. Their last album was so strong, although I didn't love the single. I thought a lot of the B-sides were good. And this is a B-side. This is a B-side, Will I Ever See You Again? It has all the elements of a song that I love. It's dramatic, it's intense, a little bit sad, and most importantly, the vocal queens slay like they always do. I love Red Velvet and I really liked this song. There's so many good releases this year. This was a good year for K-pop. And again, an interesting year. We're in a transition period. So the young kids are coming up and starting to set the tone, and the older groups are taking breaks, and we're going to get some subunit stuff and everything else. It's an interesting year. When I sat down to compile my list, I was like, I don't know. I think like maybe a couple years ago that was like the best. And then I go to make my list, and it was so hard to get to 20 songs. It was so hard to get 20 songs. Again, I'll probably regret this choice tomorrow and think, oh my God, how did I forget this song? But I wanted to give kind of a list of different groups, different styles, different tones, different feels that I thought were the best this year and that deserve their flowers. Also putting in some B-sides or maybe some groups you're not as familiar with. So